Okay, you ready to make a German chocolate cake? Let's do it. Okay, we're gonna make a German chocolate cake. I have, starting here, I've got my wax paper and I have it folded in 3 sections. And I will just go, I'm going to trace this and then I'm going to cut the circles. And then each circle will go into each pan. I'm just gonna turn the oven on to get it heated up. Put it on 350 is where it's gonna be. Now let's go ahead and get that water getting hot so it'll be ready for my chocolate. Okay, we're separating eggs. Okay, so we actually have 4 eggs. Put the whites in here. I already had 1 done. You can get an egg separator, but I just do it this way. There's 3. And there's 4. Pour the whites in the bowl here. And we'll get these whipped. We want them just, they're stiff. Okay, so I've got 2 cups of sugar in the bowl. Put in the butter and beat it up good. Okay, so I took the egg whites out and I set them in a bowl, another bowl. This is the butter and the sugar. Now I have put hot water in the chocolate and then I will pour this in slowly. But if the chocolate isn't all the way melted, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the microwave for just a tiny bit, so we don't have any. There we go. Because we don't want to have any lumps of chocolate. We want it to be completely melted. Okay, we're ready to add the chocolate. I'm just going to pour it in slowly so hopefully it won't splatter. Spatula, finish putting the chocolate in, and I'm going to get it well mixed, and then we'll see what we do from there. Okay, so in here we have the 2 cups of sugar, we have the ½ cup of hot water along with the package of the German chocolate, and we have mixing it. Okay, so now we're going to add the egg yolks. We'll do it one at a time and just kind of let it get mixed in good. Just get mixed in there. Look at that. Whoops. They must have been twins. They wanted to go together. So just mix that up. Okay, now we're good to go. Okay, now we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. So what we're going to do is we're going to add, I have 1 cup of flour, I have a cup of buttermilk. So I'm going to put some flour in there. I'm trying to add a little bit of milk at the same time. That'll help keep it from splattering. I'm going to add a teaspoon of soda. And then I'm going to add a little bit of salt. The recipe calls for a 1/4 teaspoon. I usually put about, I usually put in about a half. Okay, so when that's, let that mix a minute. And then I'm going to add the remaining flour and the buttermilk. That really does help it to not splatter so much. And then I'm just going to turn it up a little bit and let it mix for a minute. let's add the vanilla. Okay, that should be good. Now we're going to fold in the egg whites, which is just what it means. So you fold it, you just kind of lift it up and just kind of fold it over. Kind of break up those chunks of meringue. Okay, we're going to do this until the whites are incorporated into the batter, but don't use the mixer, okay? Now we'll just put our batter in the pans. I try to make it as even as possible so my layers will be even. I don't want a fat layer and then a skinny layer, so. Okay, and then I just spread it in. Just spread it even as much as possible. Try to get it somewhat level. Looks pretty good. Okey-doke. Now all we have to do now is we have to put them in the oven. There they are, ready to go in the oven. All right, there's the cakes in the oven. I set my timer for 15 minutes. It probably will cook a few minutes longer than that, but we'll check it in 15 minutes. Now, as the cake is cooking, I've gotten prepared for the next step. I've got my cooling racks out, and I have torn off 3 pieces of wax paper that's gonna help make your cake look better, maybe, I hope. And then, of course, I cleaned up the dishes and wiped the counters and stuff off too. So use your time wisely. Okay, my timer's about to go off, but you can tell how it looks in the center that it's not quite done yet. So I'm going to set the timer for 2 more minutes. You can see it's still just a little bit tickly. Give it another 20 seconds. Okay, there's the 3 layers. Just took them out. They're cooling. I'm going to let them sit there, I don't know, for a few minutes. But you can kind of see how it's raised up a little bit there. When it cools, it should be, they should all be level, pretty much. Okay, let's take the cake out of the pans. We'll put this wax paper on top of this. Put the rack on top, and then I will flick it over. That way your cake's not going to, hopefully, do any somersaults.
peel the paper off.
There you go. So that's how you mix up a German chocolate cake. And when it cools all the way, then you can ice it then, or I like to stick mine in the refrigerator and then I'll ice it.